I think one of the biggest challenges that we have is communicating with our diverse population as it changes year to year. And getting the message out of how important it is for our citizens to be prepared. We have the top-notch fire department in the nation as far as I'm concerned, along with our police departments and parks. We just do. And what we need to help our citizens understand is on the day of the disaster, it's not a normal day. These folks are going to be backlogged. Your first responders you can't expect that 6 to 8 minute response time that you get from them on the normal day. So that's a challenge to us, is communicating as our population changes and evolves from day to day and year to year. Is finding new methods and creative methods to communicate with them, reach out to them, engage them in being a prepared citizen.
The slowdown in growth, you have to consider is slow for us. But it's really not slow for everywhere else in the country. We're still growing, greater than what many areas of the country grew at their peak. It would have to give us an opportunity to catch up, provided that provided we're able to do so. With the economic situation the way it is, the growth doesn't slow without everything else slowing too. There's a reason the growth is slowing.
I think one of the things we learned from that is some of the planning activities and some of the relationships that we have built over the past several years. They worked. Not that everything went off without a hitch, not that there weren't glitches, and we didn't do well because we have a plan on paper. I believe we did well because the 15, 18 months prior to that, the county went through a total rewrite of our disaster plan. And we did that by sitting in rooms like this and talking to one another and getting to know one another. And Chief Myers is right. We captured all those experiences and put them in databases, so we know who's got equipment and who has resources. But the real value there was sitting down face to face with our partners from our cities and other county agencies and learning what their capabilities are and what their needs are. We learned we need to do some more work on it. We're back in it right now, revising it based on some of the other lessons we learned. But the overall lesson, I think, is it worked because the people got engaged with the process.
One theme that goes through the failure of every event, when that event's been a failure, is we met this morning saying, hey, my name's Bill Myers, welcome. What we did at 3 o'clock that morning was, Greg, here's your coffee the way you like it. That's huge. There wasn't an hour to take to get to know each other. What do you have? What do you have? It was all known ahead of time.
One of the things that I think we could have probably done better from our side after that immediacy was over of the life safety is, and I think we did a pretty good job of this, but we could probably have done a better job in reaching out to the citizens that were impacted and helping them to quickly understand what types of assistance were going to be available to them. Our community does not have the hurricane of the year like people in Florida. They're used to it. They know the cycle. They know what to expect next. So the rains came through, and the firefighters and the EMTs and paramedics and the police officers, they came in. They did so many heroic stories, you'll never even hear them all. They saved their lives and they moved out. And then there was a little bit of a lull between that response action and the recovery actions that kick in to bring in the other agencies that are not first responders. You don't get FEMA assistance by dialing 911. There are other processes that go into place. And we felt a little frustration, and I know some of the citizens did probably, that we could have probably tried a little bit different to get some of that communication out there that we're still here. You know, one thing we would ask people to do as they move into the area, if they're new here or if they've been here for years, learn a little bit about your community.
Yep.
Learn what goes on here. You can do that by reading your publication or coming to our websites and seeing what types of events happen here. Once our study is complete, we'll have that information out on our website, and it'll tell that Gwinnett County experiences, on average, a tornado every 7 years, a winter storm every 3 years.
Okay.
We experience, on average, a flood every year. And these are not, when I name these events, they're not ones that are just passing. They are ones that have impacted our community with some infrastructure damage or some disruption to daily operations, or injuries or loss of life. So that's what we would ask them to do, is be informed. Learn what goes on. Learn who your neighbors are, what's around you. You know, do you live in a flood zone? That's easy to find out on the county's website. You can pull up the floodplain maps from GwinnettCounty.com.
Good stuff.
Find out if, you know, do you live near a creek or a river or a stream or a flood-prone area? Should you have flood insurance? You know, so we just ask them to get informed, be aware of your surroundings.